Okey.
Tapi ni tak masuk.
Yes, a very good morning to the board of directors and all shareholders. I'm Nur Ain and this is Nur Fuzia. On behalf of the board directors, I am pleased to present the annual report and the audited financial statements of Apollo Food Holdings Berhad Group for the financial year ended 30th April 2012. The group registered a turnover of 200 million for the financial year ended 30th April 2012, an increase of 13.76% as compared to 176 million in 2011. This was mainly due to the improvement of demand in both exports and domestic markets. So now let's take a look at the company profile. Apollo can be divided into two. Apollo Food Industries is the manufacturing chocolate confectionery products and layer cakes, while Hot Food Industry is the distributor. Apollo has been distributed to Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam, etc. This company strives to determine and provide the resources needed. It implement and maintain quality management system and continually improve its effectiveness. It also enhances customer satisfaction by meeting customers' requirements. And Apollo's mission is to always fulfill customers' needs and requirements by using latest equipment and technology. So now let's take a look at the board of directors. The first one is Liang Chiang Heng. He is 62 years old and also a Singaporean. He is the non-independent and executive director. He has been with Apollo since 1979 and appointed as managing director on 1996 and executive chairman on 21st July 1998. Under his leadership, the group's business has grown within a short period of time. The second board of directors is Liang Kim Ho. He is 51 years old and also is Singaporean. He is the non-independent and executive director. Presently, he serves as the sales director of the group and also sits on the board of several companies. The next board of directors is Datuk P. Venugopal Anak Lelaki Bikin Manan. He is 69 years old and he is Malaysian. He works as non-independent and non-executive director. He worked as CEO of the National Cancer from 1998 to 2003. He is also the chief executive of a regulatory body in the private sector appointed by the government to monitor the performance of privatized contractors in providing support services to all government hospitals from 2003 to 2009. The next board of directors is Abdul Bunyamin. He is the independent and non-executive director appointed to the board on 14 December 2001. He has extensive corporate finance experience, having been attached with a reputable merchant bank and several public listed companies. The last board of directors is Datin Paduka Hajah Aminah binti Hashim. He is 64 years old, Malaysian, and she is independent and non-executive director. She was appointed to the board on 31st October 2006. She held different positions, includes Director of Lands and Mines, Johor Lands and Mines Office.
So I continue with our corporate social responsibilities. Our group committed to be successful by not just delivering quality products and services and generating attractive return to our customers and shareholders. We also recognize that it is our corporate responsibility to ensure that we conduct our business in an ethical, professional and social responsible manner. So to achieve it, we aim at 3 target groups. First, for the employee, we establish occupational safety and health program that provides safety and health working workplace for our employee as well as for the visitors. Second, we also provide training to enhance skills and knowledge to our staff. Third, we encourage participation of various type of work so that our employees will benefit from it. So they have lots of skills. Not just focusing on one skill. So number 2, for the community welfare, our group has from time to time donated cash and sponsored company product to various organizations, associations and schools for them to carry out their activities. Then for laws and regulations. Okay, our group adheres strictly to all applicable environmental laws and regulations. Production processes are being constantly monitored and upgraded to ensure compliance with any changes in the environmental laws. Second, the operation and resources has been utilized without mass wastage and recycling are being encouraged through the company. Okay, so I move on with the financial highlight. As you can see from the graph, our turnover of the company was increased by 13.75% from last year to this year. Last year, the turnover for our company was just only 176.29 million compared to this year 200.55 million. Then go to the profit before tax, it was increased by 22% to 21.7 million from 17.85 million previously. Then similarly, the earning per share for our company increased from 22.32 cents to 27.18 cents over the same period. Lastly, in terms of net asset, as you can see from graph, it has always increased every year. The higher revenue and improved cost structure had contributed to the higher profit.
Now let's take a look at the financial position. So this is the table of financial position for this year. Our company's non-current assets for this year is 137 million and increased by 3 million from total last year. Current asset has also increased by 3 million from total last year. This has summed up to 240 million as compared to 233 million last year. So total equity, now is current liability, so total equity has increased to 250 million compared to last year 208 million. For total non-current liabilities, it has increased by 499,000. Meanwhile, current liabilities has dropped from 8 million to 7 million. To sum up, total liabilities for this year is 25 million. So for total equity plus liability for this year is 240 million ratio.
So I move on to our comprehensive income. Okay, from the table we can see that our revenue increase. The increase is for the percentage of increment is 13.75%. Same goes to the cost of sales and gross profit. For cost of sale, our cost of sale increased this year by percent 21.63. Then for the gross profit, the difference between this year and last year is 4.83 million. So to get the profit before tax, we minus other expenses with gross profit. So for this year, our profit before tax is 28 million. Compared to last year was only 22 million. So the difference is 6.016 million. Then for the tax expenses, it slightly increased. The difference is 2.19 million. So profit after tax, we get it after minus tax expenses with profit before tax. So for this year, our profit after tax is 21 million. And compared to last year was only 17 million. So it increased to 22%. Then overall, our net income for our company this year is 22 million, is higher than last year, which was only 17 million. So the increment rate, the increment percentage was 26.98%.
Earning per share tak ada?
Earning per share. So for the dividend per share, for this year is earning per share.
Ada lah ni. Ada di situ.
Basic for profit for the year. Above the dividend per share.
Dividend per share.
Jadi saham tuan mana? Actually dalam you punya ni ada.
or earning per share attributable. So earning per share attributable to owners of the parent in cents for this year is 27.18 cents, and last year was only 22.32 cents.
Okay, now let's take a look at the cash flow. The net cash flows from operating activities has increased by 4 million. On the other hand, the net cash used in investing activities decreased to 10 million from 40 million last year. Meanwhile, the net cash used in financing has increased to 60 million mainly due to the dividend paid. We have gained 1 million in cash and cash equivalents for this year. At the beginning of the year, cash and cash equivalent is 55 billion, less than last year, which is 62 billion. While at the end of the year, the amount is 56 billion and increased from last year, 55 billion.
So we also use report analysis to compare the performance for this year and last year. So by using report analysis, we get the ratio of earning per share, ratio of earning, then leverage ratio, activity ratio, profitable ratio, and tax ratio. For return of earning 2012, the percentage is 10.53 compared to last year was only 8.55. So the increase is by 1.98%. It shows that the company improvement in creating values for the shareholders. Then for to calculate the leverage ratio, we need to find out the financial structure and financial cost first. For financial structure 2012, we get the rate of 9.50 times, and for 2011, the amount is 9.24 times, so it increased by 0.26 times compared to last year. This is due to the increase in asset and liabilities. Then for the financial cost in 2012, the amount is 0.32% compared to last year, 0.2%. So it increased by 0.05% due to the increase in tax and interest. So to calculate the leverage effect, we multiply financial cost with financial structure. So on 2010, we get the amount 3.04 times, and 2011 the amount is 2.49 times. So it increased by 0.55 times. So the company made more investment in future profitable assets such as property, plant and equipment. At the same time, increase the shareholder earning per share over the same period and maintain sustainable income in future. Then go to the activity effects. Okay, so activity effects in 2012 is 0.83 times, and for 2011 the amount is 0.75 times. So it means that the asset for our company was turned around faster than last year. Then we also calculate the profitability effect. On 2012, the amount is 22.48%, and for 2011, the amount is 22.83%. So it decreased by 0.35%. This is mainly due to the global crisis, lower rate of nation GDP, and the cost of political and financial turmoil in many regions. So for the tax effect, for 2012, the tax effect is 23.97%, and for 2011, the tax effect is 20.92%. So the tax effect is increased by 3.05% due to the increase in investment of assets. So to be more details, we also use the Z-score Agm ratio to calculate our. It's not to predict, but to predict either our company is still competitive or not, strong in the market. So by using 2012 information, the Z-score Agm ratio, we get 8.10%. So it indicates that insolvency is not likely for our company. Same goes to the information for 2011. We get 6.52%. So it also shows that indicate the insolvency is not likely for us.
Okay, for the conclusion, company turnover increased property turnover increased as much as 30.75%. That is 200 million as compared to last year, 176 million. It is mainly due to increase in demand in both export and domestic market. Profit after tax also increased by 22% to 21 million from 17 million last year. This is due to higher revenue and input costs had contributed to higher profit. The group remained relatively stable because of the global economic crisis, lower GDP from 7.2% in 2010 and 5.1% in 2011. And also it is because political and financial turmoil in the region. In the forthcoming year expected to be more challenging due to volatile commodity prices and uncertainties in global economy.
Okay, done. Now, question. Shareholder.
But the revenue is increased in 2012. Why the dividend is decreased? Dividend is decreased. Dividend per share is decreased, while the revenue is increased in 2012.
From our findings, we found that due to the economic crisis, the rate of our share is slightly down. So by calculating the shares and the market, so this is what happened to the share
Because of the economic crisis.
Yes.
To be realistic like that. Lagi, next question.
Yes.
Okay, from the statement of cash flow, there are a significant reduction in net cash used in investing activities from 2011 to 2012. In 2011, the amount used in investing activities was almost 14 billion, but in 2012, it was reduced to almost 11 million. So what's the reason behind it?
Okay, this is because land and buildings were revalued on 30th April 2011 based on valuations carried out by independent professional valuers to reflect market values on an open market existing use basis. The carrying amount of this property were adjusted to reflect the valuation, and resultant surpluses were credited to revaluation reserve. Okay, negative pledges for 10 million of all movable and immovable property, plant and equipment are given to a local bank to secure banking facilities. Is extended to a subsidiary as disclosed in the... Okay, that's all. Rashid.
Soalan?
Okay, I can see from the cash flow from operating activities, I can see that on 2011 the bad debts written off is about 1,013, and however on 2012 I can see that it is increase of 35,000 to 35,945. Can I know what are the factors of the
1000 ke million tu?
million? Can I know what are the factors of the increasement of the bad debt? Thank you.
Okay, the bad debts written off has increased maybe because of the increase in interest. Interest in interest.
What interest?
Income tax.
As far as we know that every we can see borrowing, there's an interest. So due to the three factors that we said earlier, the interest rate is increasing.
Actually, not much. This is in thousand, bukan in million. Lagi soalan? Yes.
Going to comprehensive income statement, financial statement. Can I know about 2 years, 2012 and 2011, about the limited earnings per share attributable with the profit for the years? Why about 2 years is not applicable? That's why.
The second line from the bottom. Note 23.
Okay, limited earning per share is not presented as there were no potential dilutive ordinary shares.
Lagi question? Maybe I will ask my question. The gross profit margin is only 22%. And that is relatively low for a manufacturing company like this. Is this because of the very competitive market? And if it is so, are we projecting that in the future it will get worse or better? If it gets worse, then what are we doing to prepare for that potential happening more competitive market in the future, moving to another market maybe, or moving into a different industry here?
Of course, we predict that our gross profit will grow, but if it's the case that our profit is lower than before, we try to find out other ways, like maybe trying to market, try to invent new products, not only foods. Maybe we can invent new product that can attract more customer to buy.
Next question, if you look at the reserve, we have lot of reserves, 135 million reserves. Are we planning to use some of this reserve in the future, or maybe can we use it to pay bonus share to the shareholders? On your balance sheet, number 11.
The company may distribute dividends out of its entire retained profit as at 30th April 2012 under the single tier system from the reserves. Actually, except for the tax effect, which has been getting worse, in 2012, I think the company has improved all aspects of performance, the activity, the leverage, profitability. So the company is doing very well in essence. So we want to congratulate the management for the good work. So we hope for better performance in the next year. Ada saran lagi? Saran, yes.
We just want to know about the payment of retirement benefit, note 12, statement of cash flow. What are the factors of payment retirement decrease? Decrease. What are the factors?
Are you reducing the benefits of the retirees?
Increase actually.
Decrease from 689,000 to 72,000. Not 12.
Current liabilities.
No, payment of retirement benefit.
Payment of retirement.
Not 12.
Retirement of cash
There's two here. Confused.
Satu current, satu non-current.
So you are referring to current liabilities, right?
You refer for the cash flow, right?
Ni lah.
Cash flow. Financial
Ni,
position.
consolidated statement of cash
No,
flow.
balance sheet
Statement
lah.
of cash flow.
Last page.
Last page, note 12.
Last page. Cash flow. Cash flow for the amount is
this is actual payment. Maknanya the actual payment was 689,000 last year. This year is only 72,000.
Statement of cash flow.
Less employee target during the
Yes,
year.
yes,
Is it?
possible.
Less worker who retires, is it?
Why the decrease?
Or you don't pay retirement? You don't pay the retirement benefit? Maybe for the lower level employees. Regulation. So,
Okay, it has been decreased because only employees and executive directors with a minimum period of 5 years services with the group are entitled to retirement benefits based on last drawn final salary and length of service on attainment of the retirement age of 55 and 60 years respectively. Meaning here is only employees who has 5-year experience are entitled to get the benefits, the retirement benefits.
This introduced in this. This
Okay.
introduced in this year.
Yes.
Last question. Ada? Okay, kata ada kita